Hello there, it's me, Hazer, here with a new piece of content. Well, kind of new. It's just looking at some SPL gameplay that I wanted to look at. My original plan for this series was kind of to have this be looking at an entire POV of a pro player from a specific game, a game that I thought would be interesting or good to watch. But I thought about a game from this weekend that I wanted to watch back and see what happened, and I looked at the first 18 minutes of the game, and it was pretty boring. So I was like, I'm going to scrap that. We're going to ignore the first 18 minutes, and we're going to look at how the Bolts flanked their way to victory in Game 1 against the Tartarus Titans. They had, what has to be said, was not as good a late game comp. They went into the late game pretty even, as you'll see, and they managed to just, through superior team fighting and superior play around objectives, they managed to win out the game. Helped out a little bit, you have to say. In this game, Aurora did not have a very good game. Scary couldn't get much done. Benji was doing his best. You do have to say Benji was putting on a bit of a clinic. But yeah, helped a little bit by mistakes on the other side. But yeah. Let's get into the demo. I think this is going to become, hopefully, a weekly thing, depending on how my time looks. But yeah, let's give it a go. I've loaded up the demo already. I had a look. Hopefully, we have no spectator crashes or anything like that here. The map should be okay. I can switch the map, which might be better. We can have a look in third person for just now. We're starting off with a fight around the Fire Giant. This was the first flank I noticed in this game when I was watching it back. Maybe I will just keep it this way, I don't know. Confusing. Okay, there's a fight going on over here. Let's have a look. They go on Aurora, or Aurora goes on them rather. He drops his ult and he backs out after forcing out Tiamat and Sobek ult. So you'd think a good trade for the Titans initially. This is all fine. This flank, by the way, I included it because it was kind of the first one of many, but it's not as impactful as some of the other ones we'll see in this game. They go over to pull the Pyromancer. Have a look at Ven here and LASBRA. Both of them, as you will see, becomes a bit of a theme of this game. Coming around the back, Ven dives in. Then afterwards, Gilgamesh, the real one, goes in, LASBRA, and they pick up a few kills. But this one wasn't such a big deal. One thing to note there is Aurora did get hit by the special attack from the Pyromancer, which you don't really want to have happen just before an engage comes through. 15% extra damage from all sources after you get hit by that, I believe. Hopefully the game sound and my voice, hopefully the balance is okay. Otherwise, we might be owned here, because I don't know if I can fix that in post. But who knows? Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it's just Gilgamesh is a little bit loud for me right now. So, let's fast forward a little bit now, because there's a little bit of downtime here. That is the first flank, the least impactful of the ones I have highlighted in my little text document. This is the next one. Okay, Gold Fury being pulled. And look at where LASBRA is, round the side he goes. Look at where Ven is, round the side he goes. And let's just have a quick pause here. I want to have a look at something. Okay, so we blinked in as Gilgamesh here. We blinked in, we've got our skills up. We're going on to Kali, which would be number 3? No, number 4? No, number 2? No, number 1. Okay, I got it. And let's have a look at that ult cooldown here as Scary D falls down. This is a sad one. No beads available. No jump available. Leapt out after getting the Gold Fury. Gold Fury was secured, by the way, by the Titans, but another flank comes in to punish them. They didn't know about this flank. They should have anyway, because they have a sentry up here, so I assume that wasn't just placed. That must have been there already. And let's watch. There we go. Kali down to 1 HP. 1 second on the ult. Scary probably spamming whatever button happens to be his ult key. And he will fall down to the winds of Shamash. Bit of a shame for Scary D there. As you look, as soon as he's dead, look, his diamond's lit up. It's a sad one. Let's have a look at what Ven's doing around the side. Oops, I have pressed the wrong button there. My apologies. Sobek going in, Gilgamesh going in, pluck onto Artemis, and then Barracuda kind of free casting, almost goes down. Damage comes in from Ven to clean up the fight. Gilgamesh still diving. Look at you go, LASBRA. Fantastic stuff. They dive this tier 2 tower as well for another kill. Another good engage, another Gilgamesh ult out of Ven. This tower is invisible because I watched through this earlier. Whoops. Oh well. I'm sure you can deal with the invisible tower. The wonders of Spectre, huh? Wonders of the Spectre client. And this Kali icon when you're in first person on Spectre is pretty annoying. But anyway, yeah, that was the first really impactful flank there. We saw around one side went LASBRA, around the other went Ven. I guess I did touch on this in the intro, but yeah, you could tell why I would say you shouldn't be winning late game against this comp. Kali, Tiamat, Aramis, just incredible team fight. Later on in the game, incredible late game comp. Yeah. You can have a look at the builds too if you want. I'm not going to harp on about them. I don't think they're too important to what went on here, except maybe you could note that Ven has quite a lot of MS with his Doom Orb and his Charon's coin. Is Gilgamesh super loud? I really hope the balance is not that bad here. Why is my phone vibrating at me so much? Nothing interesting. Don't worry. Okay. Alright, how far do we have to go until the next fight? A little bit. So let's fast forward a bit through. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys would rather I just put together a supercut of the fights beforehand and maybe talked over them, I probably could. We'll see. We'll see. I could. Any suggestions for changes in this series, let me know. And I will look to make them happen. Okay, they force out the Osiris ult again. There's nothing actually happening here. This FG fight doesn't do anything. They try and bait them in. They're not willing to go. And there's a disengage comes through. So we'll skip forward through it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Still another 30 seconds. Okay, I've got little notes of when the stuff I want to watch happens. So hopefully I don't miss anything by accident, but yeah. Anyway, nobody died. Wards are down. Look at the ward pressure here. Worth noting, look at this ward pressure from the Olympus bolts compared to the wards on the other side. Look at all these red wards, these red sentries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentries already, and 4 in hand. On the other side, you have 2 sentries, and all you have is defensive vision. I don't know if we can see any wards around here. I'm sure maybe they're just about to place them. Maybe they didn't even have them down. These light blue things are traps, by the way. So maybe I can click on one of those. No, apparently not. But yeah, there is a real lack of vision control here for the Titans. And when you're playing against a character with stealth like Morrigan who wants to flank you, you really shouldn't have a lack of vision control. But anyway, let's see what they do. Looks like they're probably going to drop some of their wards defensively to make sure they have a bit of vision at least. Who do we want to check out on this one? I think we want to check out Mr. LASBRA. Okay, it's not letting me change person. There we go. Check out LASBRA here. Let's see what he does. He's looking for a flank. We'll go first person. Ares engages, gets poked down. Actually, his fight's already raging on him. He's low, and look at where LASBRA is. Look at this positioning. Round the back he comes. Founds a panda cat, a lone panda cat. He's in trouble. Drops the ult onto him. Panda cat tries to path away and just runs away from his teammates. Not great comms by the Titans, but another flank coming through from the Olympus Bolts jungler. Another Gilgamesh flank, resulting in a couple of kills. Well, Aurora was dead anyway, but another kill comes through. Cyclone will fall. Benji doing his best. There is a tower here. Might be invisible, but it is here. Benji doing his best once again, really putting in a bit of a shift. But Scary and Paul not able to come into this team fight. They were just kind of... they looked a bit lost in that one. They looked a bit out of it. Okay. Another minute ahead. I think, wait, no, it says 25:50. That's right now. Surely that can't be right. Okay. Must be this FG fight coming up. Let's see what happens here. FG about to be pulled again. No vision for the blue squad. What level is Aurora here? Is level 16. So he's going to walk into this all alone, I guess. I mean, you just can't have spacing like this. There's no way this is ever going to work. Aurora didn't opt for beads, by the way. Let's have a look at his POV here as he walks in. See what happens. He's pinging. He's like, they're on it. They're on it. He gets stunned by Ven. Plucked in. Another flank came through there, by the way, by Gilgamesh. He came around the back. He wasn't on the fire. And Aurora just kind of dies. Takes his 6th death of the game. Maybe they wanted to go for the YOLO all-in fire steal attempt play. Clearly did not work out. And now we're just going to fast forward through a little bit. You can check out what's going on the map. Gold Fury's up. I wonder if we'll see any kind of fight around that. Probably not. Probably just be let go by the Titans, and the Bolts will pick that one up. And they do. I'll see them doing that. And let's see what they do here. They push down. They grab the left tier 1. I think they grab the left tier 2 as well. Okay, the invisible tower will finally fall. Engage again. Looking for a flank is LASBRA. This time he's marked by Benji. That's someone who he doesn't really want to go on at any point. I don't think anybody wants to go on Benji. Benji gets hit by a lot. Will survive. Gilgamesh ult is dropped. Sobek ult is dropped. And they don't really get a lot off of it. That was a good fight by the Titans. That's what happens when they nullify the flank. Their team fight is that good. They can win these fights if they get in the right spots. Okay. Is this the one? Okay, no, I've still got another like 40 seconds before I want to go on this. Blink in from Ares, looks for the ult. Faf dives into the back line, and Kali tries to dive. Benji will get Barracuda. I don't know why I'm like commentating this. It's just kind of what happens. And there's two Gilgameshes just wailing on Benji, poor guy. 1 for 1, but that's a good trade for the Titans. They're getting an FG off the board. They've taken down the enemy hunter, which makes sieging a lot harder for the Titans. Always important to note who you take out in these fights. Trading solo laner for hunter when you're defending is worth it almost all of the time, because it's much harder for the enemy team to siege and take down your structures. LASBRA actually too much of a flank here, but is just barely out of range of Paul's damage there. He's going to be feeling good about this one. They switch on to Haddix, and I wanted to show you this actually. I wanted to show you this. Let's go. Am I on Haddix? Okay, let's go look at Haddix's HP here. Okay, he looks lower than he is. He's on 600 out of 3,000 health, so he's got about 1/5 of his HP. Oh, down to 400. I want to see this heal. So a heal comes through in a second. I want to see how much he heals up. So he's about to. He blinks. Okay, he's on 700 HP. 3. He heals 500 health. What? 500 health from the Sickening Strike plus the whatever the item's called he's got. So that's 220 plus 30%. So it's maybe not that much, but it was just nuts. I remember in the moment seeing that heal and being like, wowee. And the Blood-Soaked Shroud healing 2% of his health and mana off of that pluck as well, I guess. Yeah, okay. That was all I wanted to show you there. It was just a fat heal. 500 health heal and a Sobek. Kind of annoying to deal with. You don't want to be going up against that. Okay, where are we next? Oh, we are a little while away. A little while away. The game stalls out. The game stalls out for a little bit around this FG. So we'll just chill out. We'll fast forward through. And we'll see the final flank of the game, and the most impactful one, in my opinion, because it caused the spoilers. It caused the Olympus Bolts to win this FG, and you're seeing again how hard it is for them to win fights with these straight up fights, just because of how good the Titans comp is at this stage in the game. Really tough for the Bolts, even though they have amassed a bit of a lead. 10k at this stage in the game means a lot less than it would have earlier, obviously. So they try as they can around this FG. They're not able to get much going, and then I think they switch over to going up mid. So here you go. Let's actually slow this one down a little bit here. We're gonna check in with LASBRA. I think we'll do. We could do LASBRA or Ven. Either one of them's gonna work here because they double flank this time. Ven grabs the red here, and then he goes into the right hand side jungle. And this flank it's very risky, but it works out incredibly well. So they know Ven's here now because he drops a 2 over the wall at this point, hits the Kali, and then Ares tries to engage, drops his ult, and backs off towards his team, right? And this, let's have a look at the team fight right now. Go out of first-person POV. We can hear the Sobek ult going off. That's nice, isn't it? Just plays forever. Does the end of it play? No. Okay, so you've got Osiris and Kali pretty far up, and these three all the way back here. Very much split right now. These two are going to want to go back and join them if they can, unless they want to press all in and dive. Now, for God's sake, this Spectre is so annoying. You and I, us smart folks, we know they should go forward because they've got a flank coming in pronto. But they don't know that flank's coming in. They don't have vision here. They know the Mori was around this left side jungle, but they don't know where she went from there. And they tried to back off safely, and that is eventually their downfall. Let's have a look. Here goes Morrigan. Tiamat hears the Mori one, decides to jump out. Stun comes through. And that is basically the game. LASBRA will fall. They drop the second Gilgamesh ult. But yeah, it just goes to show you how much your positioning can matter in these team fights. Blink, by the way, by Addicts doesn't pluck, baits out the beads. Misses the pluck at the end anyway. But does get Paul's beads. And now the Olympus goats do eat up the Titans like their grass and end this one out. Yeah. I don't know. I'll let this play through. There's a lot of archers here. I'll let this just play through. Banji gets one last try at this. 2, 2, and 5 from him. I don't know if I can show player damage. 27k, topping the charts. Nobody that high on the bolts. They were actually out damaged by 3 members of the Titans. But their damage was so much more effective and on the same targets at the same time. So it comes through. And they take home the win. Yeah, I think that's it. And that's all I got to show you. Olympus Bolt's victory. And I will go back to the screen. Cool. That was it. This was the new thing I'm doing. I was watching some CSGO content around demos like this, and I thought I should and I could do that. Somebody should do that for the SPL anyway. Maybe somebody more talented than me when it comes to producing this kind of content, but we'll see. I hope you found it at least a little bit informative. I really enjoyed the way the Bolts played their team fights here. I think they had made mistakes in the early game, which led to them being in an unenviable position here, but they executed so well in the late game with how they team fought and how they executed around the Fire Giant, in particular LASBRA and Ven, showing all the improvement they've made this season. And Haddock's actually going deathless in this game, 4-0-13, worth knowing. He is, as always, playing fantastic. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, I guess, and like if you liked. I don't know. Like, over half the people who watch my videos aren't subbed. I see YouTubers saying that stuff all the time, but it's kind of wild. But they normally get way more views than me. Just weird that, just not that. Why aren't you subbed? Why aren't you subbed? Please sub. It's cool to see numbers, big numbers. That's it from me, though. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you later on this week with a predictions video for the next weekend of SPL. Bye.